Hello, hello. I am super excited to be here and to talk about another topic, which is meal prep and how to make your life easier with tracking, especially if you are short on time and if you want to see better results. So, if you will have any questions along the way, please ask me in this chat and then I will make sure to reply. Let me know if you are watching it live or on replay because this will help me to see if you watched it and if you learned something new. So, yeah, let's just dive in because I know we've been all at the point where we feel like tracking the meals is super complicated. We don't have time to do that. And basically, this is why we are falling off from our journey, right? Especially if you are starting out and you don't know how to meal prep and what to do. So, let's just first start with the basics. Why meal prep is important. So basically, it will help you to set yourself up for success. And if you will be having your meals prepped and ready to go for the whole week, you are not saving only the time, you are also saving your energy, your money, and basically the meals as well, all the ingredients, and you will be closer to your goals. And this is what we want. So, basically, when you are meal prepping in advance, you are in control of what you are fueling your body with, about the portion sizes, what's inside of the box, and yeah, this will help you to fuel your body in general. So, if you are, for example, sitting in the office for 8 to 12 hours, you know exactly what you are putting into your body, which will also help you to feel more energized the whole day. Um, Also, if you are going to the gym before your work or after the work, you need to make sure that you have the energy to push really heavy in the gym. Because if we want to see faster results, we need to do what? Lifting heavier weights or increase the reps. Because if you will be stagnating at the same reps or same weight for maybe like 3 weeks, you will not see the results. So, this is why meal prepping is super important as well, because we need to fuel the body. We need to make sure that we are hitting our protein, that we eat plenty of carbs to lift heavier in the gym, especially if we want to see better results, if we want to get more toned, if we want to get stronger, and so on. So, what to do with the meal prep? How do I start? So, first of all, planning is the key. I want you to start spending some time each week planning your meals. You can maybe make a shopping list or prep your ingredients. You can maybe chop the veggies, you can grill the chicken, boil eggs. These simple steps will save you from the last minute panic. And the sentence like, hey, what's for the dinner? I don't know. Let's order pizza, let's order burgers because it's faster, it's easier than actually having the boiled egg ready. It's not true because you are actually spending so much time waiting for the takeaway. You are spending so much money on the takeaways as well, instead of having the chicken already cooked or grilled, instead of like boiling the eggs, putting them on maybe rice cake, corn cakes, and stuff like that, which will help your life easier, and then you will be closer to your goals. So keep that in mind, that meal prep doesn't have to be boring or it doesn't need to be repetitive, because I know that you are thinking, oh my god, now I'm on the fitness journey, I need to eat chicken and rice. No, it doesn't need to be boring, and you don't need to eat like that if you want to see the results. So, what I want you to do is to experiment with various spices, herbs, sauces, maybe have fun with colors or textures as well, because your taste buds will be super happy to try something new all the time. But also, don't forget about your eyes, because we are eating our plates with eyes as well. So if you put on your plate really boring rice that is super dry with a dry chicken, guess what? You will be super tired of eating this meal all over again and again and again, right? So what I want you to do is to start thinking how you can make your plates really colorful, because the more colors it will have, the more excited you will be about eating this meal. So it can be not just about the veggies, but it can be about the fruit as well. And yeah, you will be more likely to stick to your meal plan during the week as well. Okay, but if you are completely new on this journey or you just need some tips on how to meal prep, this will be for you. So, I am normally using maximum 5 ingredients because, yeah, we want to keep tracking super easy. We want to stick to it. We don't want to overcomplicate things, right? Then what you want to do is to cook in bulk. So I want you to imagine that you have a huge family that you need to cook for. So I always imagine I'm cooking maybe for 5 to 7 people, which means you need to buy a lot of things in bulk as well. So you will not just buy 200 grams of chicken breast. You will buy 1 kilo of chicken breast. I know it sounds scary at first, but you will get used to it. Then you can buy, a big potato bag instead of like one potato and stuff like that. Because again, it will help you to save time. It will help you to save energy, and the constant questions like, oh, what am I gonna eat and stuff like that. Yeah. So okay. So now we have a family that we need to cook for, and we have all the ingredients bought in bulk, basically. Um, and now we will be like, okay, what do I actually want to eat during the week, right? So first of all, you want to start with the questions: what protein source do I like? So what do you like? Let me know in the chat if you like salmon, tuna, tofu, minced beef. Do you like chicken? Do you like eggs? Cottage cheese? Type in the chat the protein source that you like, because this will help you to start creating your recipes. Then what you want to do, now we have the protein. So now we want to find a side with the protein. I would suggest to eat some complex carbs, which is potatoes, white or brown rice, wholemeal bread, rice and corn cakes, lentil pasta, or any kind of protein pasta. You can get chickpeas, wholemeal pasta, basically anything that you like apart from like processed foods. So try to go unprocessed at this point, because we are just starting in and we want to eat a lot of food, right? And the more processed you will, yeah, the more processed food you will eat, the less amount of food you will eat as well, because they are putting a lot of sugar, a lot of flour, a lot of oil into that. So the more wholemeal complex carbs you will eat and like natural kind of protein, the more food you will eat. This is kind of like the trick in the fitness journey. Then we have side, then we have protein. Then we want to think about veg. So what vegetables do you like the most? Is it courgette, broccoli, cauliflower, paprika, cucumber, anything that you like, that you know that you will be eating? You don't need to eat anything that you hate, right? Because I hate, for example, tomatoes, and I never put them in my foods because I know I won't be eating them. So yeah, always just pick the foods that you love. So now we have 3 ingredients already. It can be also like fruit, maybe like you are having like overnight oats, which is oats, complex carbs. Fruit, maybe berries, because they are super low in calories, so you can add a loads. And then we want to also include healthy fats, right? So that can be olive oil, avocado, coconut flakes, chia seeds, almonds, cashews, any kind of like nuts and seeds. I would definitely avoid using vegetable oil because that's not good. So instead of like vegetable oil, try to use oil in a spray or olive oil. Butter is good in moderation. Try to use it by grams, not by spoons, not by cups, and so on. Always measure your things by grams if we want to see faster and better results. This is like number one priority when you are measuring your foods. I don't want you to, just eyeball how much you are eating. I want you to start tracking your food on the food scale, because we need to know how many grams are you eating of each thing. So for example, a medium avocado is 80 grams, for example, and then a slightly bigger medium avocado, it can be 120 grams, right? And there is like a huge difference in calories, which is like maybe like 150 calories, 200 calories difference. So it's a huge difference, especially in like nuts, avocado, or even like the portion sizes of your pasta, rice, and stuff like that. So definitely make sure that you are weighting it in grams. And another tip is also to weight everything raw. So if you have any meat that needs to be weighted raw, because it is changing the consistency after you're gonna cook it. The same applies to pasta, rice, potatoes, anything that you will cook, and it will change the structure, the texture, and like basically the size. Then you need to cook. Then you need to weigh this before you will cook it. Yeah. For example, if you have 1 kilo of chicken, I don't want you to like cut small pieces and then be like super precise. You can divide this into maybe 200 grams in your head, and that way you will be eating 5 days 200 grams of chicken, because your pack is 1 kilo of chicken. So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna be eating 200 grams, then it's for 5 days, and I don't need to really calculate it because the calories are calculated per week. So you have your daily recommended amount in your app, in my app, how much you should be eating. But in generally, the calories will add up, and it will be calculated as a week basis. Yeah. So if you will be eating one day 210, and then the next day 190 grams of chicken, it doesn't really make difference because it is calculated by like 7 days. I hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, please. Then we have the basics, and now how to make it more tasty, right? So let's just talk about sauces. Definitely I want you to kind of ditch mayo, because mayo is super high in calories. Let's try to find some low-fat alternatives. So it can be low-fat mayo, it can be Greek yogurt mixed with some spices, seasonings, and stuff like that. Anything low-fat, basically. Low-fat cottage cheese, you can add it into your pasta to make it like a cheesy sauce-ish. Then you can use horseradish, you can use balsamic sauce, you can use barbecue sauce, anything that you like. But again, try to measure this by grams. And then once you have all those ingredients that you like, for example, chicken pasta with cottage cheese is my go-to, then I am going to YouTube or to Google, and then I'm just typing those 3-4 ingredients, and then I will see a lot of recipes with things that I love, and then I will just take the recipe and then kind of do it as a macro-friendly recipe. So I won't use, for example, the vegetable oil. Instead, I will use olive oil. Or if they say put a tomato, I won't put tomato because I don't like it. So I'll put courgette, because courgette is really low in calories and it can increase the volume in my meal, so I won't be hungry soon after. Yeah. So another tip is you don't need to track spices, you don't need to track garlic, you don't need to track onion, because they are super low in calories, which is good. So you can use loads of spices, you can use all the garlic, all the onion that you want, and you don't need to track that. But it will make your meals super tasty. So definitely use spices, herbs, and everything like that, just to make it super yummy. Then another tip is to find low-fat alternatives that are higher in protein and low in sugar. So what I want you to do is to start kind of looking at the nutrition labels from the back, and then just try to maybe compare low-fat mozzarella in this brand with low-fat mozzarella with this brand. Yeah, don't just like pick something. Just try to have a look quickly. Just, hey, how many calories is this? How many calories is this? And how many protein? How many protein? Sugar. And I'm like, okay, so if it's higher in protein, has less sugar, and it's kind of like less in calories, I'm gonna go for this one. I hope it makes sense so far. Basically, this is what I do, and it's working. Then another another low calorie alternatives that you can add to any of your meals, and it will help you to increase the volume with your meals, is to go for the courgettes. As I told you, any fresh veggies are super low in calories. You can add a lot of berries into your desserts and snacks, such as raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. They are my go-to, especially if I want to snack, if I want something sweet. I always mix my protein powder, which is like strawberry flavor or chocolate flavor or vanilla flavor, with Greek yogurt and a lot of berries. And it's such a good snack. So you can explore this again. You can also make overnight oats for your breakfast, which is oats, complex carbs. Then we have protein powder, which is protein, or Greek yogurt for protein, and a lot of fruit. So straight away, you have a breakfast that is balanced and it's super tasty. Then I also use protein powder for anything that I am baking, like muffins, pancakes, any cakes basically. And yeah, this is how I make my desserts with. So instead of sugar, I'm actually using the protein powder because it's super sweet. And yeah, once you have all those ingredients, what you want to do is to put them into MyFitnessPal or in my app, which is better because I can see what you are eating. And then it will allows you to see the breakdown of your nutrition, and that way you can adjust it as you need. So for example, if you are super high in fats, you know that tomorrow eating the same meal you will not put a lot of nuts, for example, or you will use less oil and stuff like that. So you can kind of like play with that. And then once you will be cooking this in bulk, as we said, for the whole family you are cooking, then you just want to divide them into those boxes, like 7 boxes. And then once it's gonna cool down, just put it in the freezer and then leave it there, for maybe weeks. And what I'm doing, I'm just taking 1 box a day, like dinner or lunch, or maybe lunch and dinner, from the freezer, and then putting it into the fridge until I will heat it up. So basically in the fridge from the freezer, it will naturally defrost. So you need to go super high with heat, which will increase the bacteria in that, which we don't want. So you want to naturally reheat it in the fridge with like lower temperature than what is in the freezer. Hope it makes sense. And yeah, so once you have the 1 day, put it in the MyFitnessPal, you have everything cooked for the 7 days. Then what you want to do is just click edit and then just take all the ingredients that you put into MyFitnessPal or in my app, and then copy paste it into the future dates. That way, you don't need to worry about what you will be eating. I don't have time to track the foods, I don't know what to eat, I don't know how much to eat, blah, blah, blah. All those excuses, girl, I don't want to hear that anymore, because you can copy and paste it into the future dates. That way, it will help you to plan your snacks. You can eat whatever when it comes to fitting your macros. So, yeah, just get your snacks, whatever you want, anything fresh that you want outside of the lunch and dinner, and you are good to go. So, yeah, basically, with this tip, you will also save a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of guessing work, and it will help you to be closer to your goals. And this is what we want. If you want to get fucking toned, you want to lose the body fat, you want to lose weight, meal prep is the key to success. So what I want you to do from now on is to start sending me meal prep pictures or send it to the Facebook group. So this will help you to keep you accountable, and yeah, you will inspire me and other ladies with your meals. And remember, we are eating with our eyes as well. So once you are taking the picture, make sure that the meals are looking really good. Because this is gonna be my feedback. If I don't see that the meals are looking nice, and you will not be able to stick to this diet. So I hope this live stream was useful. I know there was a lot of informations. So please keep asking me if you have any questions, because we are on this journey together and I want you to succeed. I want you to see really good results. So let's just do it. Remember, this is not restrictive diet. It just needs to fit your macros and your calories, but otherwise you can eat whatever you fancy. So I hope it helped you, and yeah, let's just smash the journey, and I can't wait to see your pictures.